Hey guys, King of Charmander here. Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you the best anti-Metamon, in my opinion, for the Holiday Cup, which happens to be Shiftry. Shiftry lead is incredibly powerful, and you're going to see some really sweet battles at just how Shiftry with energy, plus taking advantage of the fact that when CMP against a lot of things, can absolutely eviscerate and annihilate your opponent outside of getting hard countered. You're going to see me lose the lead in here and just absolutely eviscerate my team. Or if you win the lead, you can kind of jack up your plays a little bit, and then you can still come out with the W. You'll see why King of Charmanders is just like, is like, my voice is not as confident when I speak of that, because I did something really dumb, and you will see. I still won, but it was dumb. Anyways, mental health tip for the day is to avoid substance abuse. Well, not avoid some. Avoid heavy substance use. You know what? I know a lot of my friends like to drink. I served 7 years in the Air Force. I've had my party phase, and it's a pretty dang good party phase. I gotta tell you that right now. However, alcohol is a depressant. You can use it, but do it occasionally. If you get to the point to where you are like super drunk, or you feel like you're going to throw up, or you end up in the hospital, you might want to get some help. And the reason I say this is because the holidays are coming up soon, and a lot of you are probably going to get really, really, really wasted if you're above the age of 21, or if you're of a viable age in other respectable countries. For example, I think Germany is like 16, and like the UK is like 13 or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But in other words, yes, be very careful about how much alcohol you consume. Sleep is important. You must sleep. Sleep is good. You know what keeps you awake? Or, well, actually, alcohol can help you sleep. However, it does, in studies have shown, affect your REM sleep, your rapid eye movement, which means it might not be a great idea to get super drunk before you go to bed all the time, or every weekend. So do your best, and yeah. Just make sure you keep your alcohol use to a minimum. It's okay to splurge once in a while. The keyword is once in a while. More like once a month or once every year. Or unless you're like me and your party phase is already done. So, but I'm not saying you can't just drink. Like, drinking is okay. Like, taking a responsible amount of alcohol during a party, because it is Christmas and it is Happy New Year's. So I hope you are having a wonderful holidays, and your travel plans are already packed up, or you're already at your parents' house or wherever you're going to go, so that you have a wonderful holiday season with your family. I wish you the best of luck as King of Charmanders, even though even though Christmas isn't here yet. It's going to be here this week, so I wish you the best, and I hope you have a wonderful time with your family. And this feature is, like I mentioned, in my opinion, the best anti-Metamon for the Holiday Cup in Shiftry. Shiftry's a beast. Go Jiraiya. Jiraiya is an amazing character from Naruto, by the way. It's so sad he passed away, but instead of airing my grievances, let's get started on these battles. Alright, so the first battle is going to be really sweaty. You're going to see just how beastly Shiftry is. Well, you've seen King of Charmanders play Shiftry, but this is I was very disappointed to see this legend playing grasshole, and it's a freaking, seriously though, Shadow Vic in the Holiday Cup. I am going to murder this team. The funny thing is, funny story, King of Charmanders was on the bleachers because he was at a wrestling tournament, and we had quite a bit of time before we had the next match, because like 45 minutes. So then some of my kids do play Pokemon Go, and then like 2 of them do PvP, or like they're trying to get good at it, and they're like, oh, what are you gonna do against this, coach? I'm like, I'm going to kill and I'm going to eviscerate this entire freaking team, because this team should erase this thing from the face of the freaking universe. Not even just the Earth, the entire Pokemon universe. All of you should die. Anybody that uses team, you should perish in a very horrifying death. I mean your Pokemon though, not you, but your Pokemon. And as you see here, after we break both shields, we're just gonna switch into Frostless, because Frostless with shield and energy advantage equals GG's. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to farm down, and then I noticed something. I'm like, wait a minute, is this rock throw? And I'm like, and then I get even more mad. I'm like, are you serious? You're using grasshole, and this is probably like double rock throw. Like, bro, like, dude, like, really, bro? Like, seriously? Like, why? Like, why would you do this to everyone? And you're probably doing the double just so that you could cover Talonflame with 2. And I'm like, is it like, it's probably going to be like an Aerodactyl. Watch, it's going to be an Aerodactyl. I could tell. And they send back in the Victory Bell. The problem is Body Slam's gonna do heavy damage. This should KO the Shadow Victreebel, but I'm like, alright, what do you have in the back? Like, what do you got, bro? Like, what do you have? Like, seriously, what you got? What you got? And it's probably, and I was right, it's a freaking Aerodactyl. This is a literal rock hole team. Super rock with freaking, with Razor Leaf lead, with Shadow Razor Victreebel lead. God, you know, I'm gonna watch Spider-Man today, and then that reminds me a lot like the Green Goblin, but I should be able to just either punch this thing down, or even what's gonna happen is that it'll get as you see, a simultaneous KO, or I would have just sent Shiftry in to be able to just snarl down. So either way, I still have the shield, and that's GG's. Not really. Next, we got a winning lead. I expected more from that last battle, but not really. So we got a winning lead, and now they switch into a Stunfisk after they lose the lead versus my Shiftry, and I'm like, what? Why would you throw, what? What? Nani the hell? Like, why, bro? Like, seriously? Like, ¿qué? I know, I just said why in 3 different languages, including English, so that means 4. When I just hear, all I'm gonna do is get a bazillion energy. Now, King of Charmanders is going to make a fatal mistake here. At least I think I make a fatal mistake. As you see, the thing is, the reason I'm not switching out with Shiftry, which I probably should anyways, because you know that Jellicent is, like, if I switch Frostless in here, it'd be better because I'm gonna have to deal with the Jellicent, and you'd want Jellicent against Shiftry. But I'm staying in here instead because Shiftry literally doesn't have to shield anything, and I'm gonna go to a bazillion energy. So as you see here, I'm going to get as much energy as I can, but the problem with that is that now that I'm going to have to realign Shiftry with that Jellicent, so this is going to be really weird. Unless what they have in the back hard counters the crap out of my Shiftry, so I would make a vast mistake, a vital mistake, a very terrifying mistake, and I'm probably going to make a mistake. And it is a mistake! It's a freaking Talonflame! I'm like, and then I'm like looking, and then this is me, I'm like, I'm really dumb. This is really dumb. I should have swapped out. So I'm going to fire the Foul Play, switch into Vigoroth. With the chip damage plus body slams, I should be able to come out with something, but they switch into their Jellicent. So because I got those counter energy leads, I should be able to get this Bulldoze through. They're either going to shield it or it's going to go through. It's still going to do heavy damage. So again, King of Charmander is kind of kicking himself because he's like, well, crap. So here's why this is bad. I have 2 Pokemon that are weak to that Talonflame. And I kind of predicted, I'm like, what if they have a Talonflame in the back? Meh. King of Charge is going to do what he does. He always finds win conditions, no matter what. And this is an Ice Beam, so that's even worse. I no shield this, and it's an Ice Beam. And what makes that really, really bad is that, as you see, it does a decent chunk of damage. So I'm going to have to Bulldoze again, but I'm in a lot of trouble here. I don't know where there are shotgun holes on my freaking Vigoroth, but anytime anyone uses Bubble, you see that visual glitch there? It looks like shotgun shells just went through the freaking screen. I'm gonna be able to get this body slam off. I'm trying to time it to where I hit CMP, but it's okay. It's like, okay, I have to literally deal with it. I have to deal with an entire Talonflame, so there is a win condition here. Believe it or not, there is a win condition. I am going to Powder Snow down the Talonflame. And this is like, I'm like, at this point, I'm just like, you're gonna die with 2 shields and having a super good matchup against my lead and my closer. This is hilarious. So all I have to do to win in this scenario is literally Powder Snow down this Talonflame. Just don't throw a move, Powder Snow down, and that's GG's. This is freaking hilarious. I was laughing like a maniac while this was going on, and all my wrestling kids are like, how did you find that, coach? I'm like, because your coach is a freaking baller. Your coach is one of the best in the game. Well, actually, I'm one of the best analysts in the game, and I can beat some of the best in the game, so I guess that matters too. But yeah, as you hear, that was freaking hilarious. Next up, we got Shiftry into an Altaria. This is a losing lead from hell, but you know, I've played this matchup in Open Great League so many times, I already know what to do. So here's what you do. You'll queue up a Foul Play, and then you swap out. I queue up a Foul Play, I switch into Vigoroth, and they switch into a freaking Jellicent. Of course. So the good thing about here is that I wanted to get out either the Jellicent or the Flyer, because if you get either one, Leaf Play and Foul Play does a heavy amount of damage. Here's the problem though. This opponent is going to Bubble Beam me to death, and it's going to be an insanely boring matchup, so I apologize. Sit back, get some popcorn. If you're watching Spider-Man like I am today, I'm really excited. I can't wait. I've been avoiding Twitter for so freaking long because I just don't want to see any spoilers. But unfortunately, what's going to spoil us right now is the fact that we're going to go down minus like 50, 69 attack because these bubble beams are going to fire off like a freaking machine gun. I don't know why I don't see bullet holes yet. Oh, wait. It's because they're not using bubble. So if you use bubble, they do that like whole bullet hole glitch. And as you see, minus 69 attack on my Vigoroth. My Vigoroth is looking at me like, really? King of Charm? Like, really? Hey, bro. Like, this is This is dumb. I'm like, I know it's dumb. I'm sorry. I'm just going to eat every single one of them, as you see here. We're just going to bulldoze, consistently bulldoze. The reason why I'm trying to go to 100 energy is I'm going to try to swap out with energy advantage. So I want to swap out of here with a bunch of energy on Vigoroth because I don't want to lose it. And if you get a bunch of energy for Body Slam, it could be really dope. As you see here, I'm just getting bubble beamed to death. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to switch out. Here's the bad reason why switching out. If you switch out, you get locked into Altaria. But that's not necessarily a bad thing considering you're going to get locked into an Altaria with like no energy. So I'm going to fire this bulldoze and then I'm going to try to like beat the unholy heck out of it. I'm going to try to gather. You're going to see me try to get cue a Body Slam. So I'm going to try to cue a Body Slam. Keyword is try. So cue a Body Slam and then swap. That's basically the game plan right now. At least if Vigoroth can live. So as you see here, I'm going to just cue a Body Slam and then I'm going to swap pretty shortly. And we don't get to it, and I actually just elect to let it go. That was my game plan, and I'm like, okay, never mind, it's not going to work. So here's my idea. King of Charmanders is just going to snarl down and come out of this with a bazillion energy. I know Frostless can take out this Altaria. However, this is a very ballsy play because you don't know what they have in the back. So I'm just like, good sir, what do you have? What do you have? And I actually don't have anything, so I'm just, you know what? Triple Foul Play actually will kill this bird. And then I can finish it off with one Avalanche with my Frostless. So, the game plan here is to break both shields or do enough chip to where I can send in Frostless to farm down, or they start shielding. Again, they start shielding. So, what's going to happen here is that I'm going to basically try to switch out and Q1. And it happens to be a Vigoroth. So, this is actually really good. Vigoroth needs to bulldoze me to deal some decent damage. I can eat Body Slams, and I should be able to just avalanche to victory. So, the fact that everything kind of worked out, even though we had a freaking hard counter from hell for their back row. So, it only worked out because, you know, luck was in our favor. This is likely a Body Slam, probably a bulldoze, or not. And as you see, they baited me. They baited super hard, but that's okay, because all we're going to do is farm down this Vigoroth. There's no way they can get to a bulldoze, and then I'm going to be able to have almost 2 avalanches for this burb. So I'm going to break one shield, and even if I don't have it, I should be able to either 1, get to another avalanche, or 2, I'll get to a foul play before they ever get to a move. And they actually just elect to let it go because this is pretty much GG's. Like I mentioned, there was pretty much no way out for my opponent. I could break one shield and then send in Shiftry to foul play down, or Frostless would just farm you down, either one. So whatever you would choose. Pretty sweet battle. Lost the lead from hell. And this is another losing lead from freaking hell. We have a Shiftry into Vigoroth. And as you see here, I accidentally tapped off screen. So I'm going to send in Frostless because you don't want to send a Viggy into a Viggy. What I'm going to master game plan here is to break some shields and hope to God that we can come out with a dub. And hope. The keyword is hope. You hope to God that you can come out with a dub. That doesn't mean you're going to come out with a dub, but you just hope. As you see, Avalanche does go out. We deal heavy, heavy damage. And I'm asking my opponent, why didn't you shield? Because I could shield this, farm you down, and your bulldoze won't kill. So we shield the bulldoze, and I'm going to get a bazillion energy. And they send in their own Frostless. So I'm like, oh, this is this is bad. So the game plan here is to bait both shields, get both shields, and try to come out with the dub. So I'm going to grab the shield. And as you see, since we baited first, I'm going to try to go for the Shadow Ball. So my instinct is that, okay, they're like, okay, this guy has a lot more energy, or just a fake that I have a lot of energy. Or they're going to try to bait again. I shield this one, and it's the Shadow Ball. So so it's always 50-50 when you shield, but when you bait first, your opponent's like, okay, maybe he's not going to shield. Maybe they're not going to throw the Shadow Ball. Maybe they're going to bait a bit. Hadouken! And then you go down. And this just gave me a good win condition because I have a lot of control now. Their Vigoroth's nearly dead. I still have 2 whole Mons in the back. Yes, and then they send in their Vigoroth, which I can just farm down. Because they can't get to another bulldoze, and it is a Mandibuzz, and I'm just vibing. I'm vibing so hard right now, except King of Charmanders is going to flex super hard, because the game plan here is I'm just going to catch a move on Vigoroth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fire off this Avalanche. I'm actually consciously counting 4, 5, and then I catch the freaking Aerial Ace or Foul Play. And I am just flexing all over my opponent. Let's freaking go, baby. And then all I'm going to do is eat this Foul Play, and I'm just going to counter down. I don't actually need to throw a single move because nothing that you won't be able to KO me, and all I have to do is just farm you down, and that's GG's. They attempt to fire another move. No aerial ace or foul play will kill my Vigoroth, and then that's GG's. Let's go! Let's freaking go! Like, this is like the second, like, fast attack freaking win con I had, and it was pretty sweet. The next battle is actually it's actually really nutty. So, like, as you see, we get a legend on legend. We got legend on legend action, and it's Talonflame onto Shiftry. So you're like, oh, how do you play out of a terrible lead? Here's what you do. So we're going to counter. We're going to send in Vigoroth, because here's what happens. Vigoroth's body slams, it takes 3 body slams to kill, but what we're hoping to do here is grab as many shields as we can, or whatever they throw into Vigoroth will have a ton of energy for what we need to do. So Flame Charge will go off, and as you see, our opponent elects to stay in and just do heavy damage. I am timing everything the best I can so that they don't get any extra incinerates through. I probably should have got one more counter before I fired, but this is okay, because I'm already at a point to where I'm going to body slam down. So as you see, body slams, body slams, body slams. I'm going to queue another one, and unfortunately, I'm on the wrong interval. So we're going to fire off this body slam. Hopefully, I grab the best case scenario is I grab the second shield. Or they do chip, and then we're going to have to figure something out, because my back row is super weak to this Talonflame, and we don't want to reveal it. Body slam's going to go off. Hopefully, we grab the shield, and we don't. But that's perfectly fine, because we can get to another body slam. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get to another body slam. They have to shield this one, and then they're going to incinerate me down. So this is going to be a little scary. So as you see here, I'm going to try to I'm going to pray that Vigoroth can, like, counter down, or I force their energy, which I do, which is great, because what's going to happen is that maybe I would have been able to counter down, or they would have been left with like 1 HP. It would have been dicey. That's why they fired here. But you're +1, so I don't know why you did that. I send in Frostless to get energy. I could have sent in Shiftry, but I'm like, okay, this is going to suck. And no, this is going to suck. As you see here, we get a Ferrothorn. So here's what King of Charmander has to do. I'm going to get as much energy as much as possible. You're going to see my mastery of energy management here. So as you see, I'm going to catch a Power Whip. This is definitely a Power Whip. I'm going to catch this one, and then what's going to happen here is that I'm going to have to be a little fancy. So they're sending in the Vigoroth. I'm going to fire off the Leaf Blade, and my idea over here is I basically have to get enough energy to get 2 Avalanches to KO both this Vigoroth and that Ferrothorn. I have enough energy to, like, just do what, yeah, I have enough energy I need to get enough energy to get 2, but here's the end. What I'm talking about is that Ferrothorn has 0 energy. So Ferrothorn has 0 energy, but this is still a really uncomfortable matchup. As you see here, I am going to farm as much as I can, and then after I do that, I'm going to fire Avalanche. So I fire on the right interval, and now I need to take out that Ferrothorn before it can take me out with Avalanche. I should be able to get there. That'll hit it on CMP for the GG. 1, 2, and 3, and just 1 Power Whip away, thank God. And then I fire this Avalanche, and this should KO. GG's. Again, with expert energy management, as you see, King of Charmanders is a boss, because I have a pretty dang good at managing my energy, but that was a really sweaty win condition, despite losing that hard lead from hell. GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. Shiftry is freaking amazing for the Holly Cup, and it's incredible anti-meta mod. And that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Those were some pretty sweet battles. Well, you're like King of Charmanders. You've used Shiftry a lot. I know I do. However, if you like using Shiftry as well, Shiftry is amazing. And I love Shiftry. And it's actually real. Like, as you see here, there's a lot of like Q plays and a lot of fancy plays you can make just because Shiftry is such a boss lead. Win CMP against a lot of things. Heavy Leaf Blade and Foul Play do heavy damage. So up to you. Shadow one can work as well. You just have to be a little more ballsy on the, like, watch your health just a little more. The variation I did that broke number 1 was Shadow Shiftry, Deoxys Defense, and Galarian Stunfisk. So has broken number 1. Not saying, like, if you're used to it, go for it. If you're already using it, you, great minds think alike. And you, sir/ma'am, or however you identify, is freaking amazing. Shiftry is freaking good. And like I said, it's arguably the best anti-meta mon in my opinion. Some people are saying regular Stunfisk is anti-meta. Not really, considering it's like Stunfisk has been meta since for the previous seasons. And it's still really freaking good as the pancake. Maple pancakes are good. I feel like going to IHOP tomorrow, but you know what? It's Monday, so I'm not sure. Anyways, You guys have a wonderful holiday season. I wish you the best of luck. I will be putting out content overall throughout the holidays, or I will queue content. So Christmas, I'm hoping to make 3K subs by Christmas. If I do, then I'll see what I do. But I really do appreciate you guys. Do me a huge favor. Please like and subscribe. It's totally free. You can easily do that. You see the little box at the bottom right that says subscribe. Put your mouse over it, and you can easily click subscribe. Really appreciate my current subscribers. I'm almost at 3K subs. So if you would do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. If not, that's perfectly fine. I hope you come back another day. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets. Hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you all in the next video.